Greetings, YouTube. My wife knows collect little bits and bobs of metal and such, and I use them in my builds. So she recently came upon this right here, um, and brought it home, gave it to me because she found it. And at first, I was looking at it. I'm like, okay, it's got a hexagon head like this, so it's designed to be turned with some kind of a wrench. It's hollow like a socket, but the inside is smooth. But on the inside, right there, is a stylized hexagon, which is raised. So I'm okay, this is some kind of fastener, and there's a handy dandy name engraved on the side, which is McGuard 046155. So I did a little bit of internet searching, and lo and behold, this is a socket for a custom set of wheel locks. And the wheel locks are quite attractive. They're shiny cylinders with a flat head, and that hexagon shape is carved into it. So this goes in, the two marry together, and then you can just use your standard um, tire iron to take off your tires. And this is to prevent people who would be bringing their own tire iron with them from being able to steal your tires because they're going to show up and the top of that uh, lug nut is going to be smooth. So they're going to be like, and they're going to go away. That's at least that's theory. Okay, but they will have a tire iron in their hands, so they may very well just smash your car windows and rob you anyway. But it's cool, and I'm going to keep it in my collection because I think it's kind of funky. And as I begin to think about it, though, this is proprietary, which means if you have those funky kind of lug nuts on your car because you have expensive tires or you just like the aesthetic, if you want to change your tire, say because you have a flat, um, you need this. You can't leave it in your garage. It has to be inside your car. And even if you're the type that owns an expensive car and has expensive tires and rims and such, and are not going to be the person that actually changes the tire, you're still going to have to have this because regardless of how fancy your roadside assistance service is, they're not going to have a collection of these in their vehicle probably for every different kind of lug nut that exists in the world because there's probably many different models of locking nuts with many different shapes. I would be really shocked if all of them had decided to agree upon that that is the shape they all use. I'm imagining they're all proprietary rather. And so it still means you got to keep this in your car. So for the really low-hanging fruit criminals who will see your fancy lug nuts and then move on, maybe after breaking into your vehicle and robbing it, um, your tires don't get stolen. Okay? Awesome. But for the ones that are even slightly more intelligent, just like the room temperature IQ kind of folks, they're going to know that you have to have this in the car. And since they're ready to steal from you, it isn't much of a leap to steal one more thing and then steal your tires. So I can understand the aesthetics of using custom lug nuts because again, I went and looked it up and they are attractive. Okay, I like shiny metals. I mean, I got a thing for shiny metal. This is a Dant paperweight. It's got a great kinetic feel. Um, and I can, fully endorse aesthetically, decking your vehicle out in the way that makes you happy. But I can't see this as really adding a whole lot of security. To me, it's the equivalent of having a really good quality lock on something and then putting a little sign on it that says, please don't look for the key in the trunk. I mean, because that's where you're going to have this. You're going to have the key to your fancy tires in the trunk. So has anyone ever used fancy lug nuts like this? Have you ever found them to be more secure than standard lug nuts? Um, or have you just done it again for the aesthetics? Uh, because it just seems like the smallest hurdle, tiniest, teeniest hurdle in the path of someone that wants to steal from you. So I find this intriguing. It makes me smile, and I'll add to my tool collection because my wife gave it to me, and the absurdity of this particular device just makes me chuckle.